Hello, my dear Cancer viewers. This is your love and spirituality reading for the time between January 16 and January 31st, 2017, with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So, if you would want to support my channel and my free general readings, you can click the ad in the beginning of the video or watch it for 30 seconds or to the end of the ad, whichever comes first. Thank you. I'm very grateful for your support and for all of you watching, liking, subscribing, and commenting to my videos. So I will start shuffling your cards, and I use the Witches Tarot by Ellen Dugan with the artist Mark Evans. So I call the Divine with love and light, and I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and I call the 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Cancer viewers. I want my dear Cancer to have love in their lives and to find themselves living in loving relationships and have creative success and also walking on their highest path towards their highest destiny. What's going on for my dear Cancer this last part of January 2017? Oh, we had a jumper. The Wheel of Fortune. So this is a kind of a rebellic card. It's about revolution, and it's also about things recircling in your life. So some kind of karma maybe that wants to be solved, some kind of issue, some pattern. So I also want to take the chance to tell you that Mercury will be visible during this time, and on January 19 the planet will be most clearly seen low in the eastern sky just before sunrise. Also January 28 we will have the new moon in daytime. So now it's shuffled, so I will just tune in for a few seconds. So Cancer, this is your future, this is your now, and this is the past. The now is probably the last part of January 2017, but whenever you watch this is probably the exact right time to see this. The first card for you is 10 of Swords. So you have been through something that was rather exhausting and maybe really life-changing. It might have been an event where you felt betrayed or where you felt like backstabbed in some way. It might also have been like a blow to your old way of thinking, because swords are air and it's for your thoughts. And we see here that like 10 swords are penetrating the backside of this girl. I think it's a girl anyway. And also her backbone. So it's like the old backbone is gone. It's the old way of being, the old way of thinking. And we have a tree here, but it's dead. It's like everything is dead on this picture, despite for the wisdom and a flower here. So this is a card about sometimes also sacrifice, like great loss of something that was really valuable for you, but kind of to shake you and wake you to something that you don't want to see, or like a pattern that you have had with your thoughts, maybe recreating a situation out of fear, because if you fear something, we usually create it in our lives. The more you fear that your partner, for example, will be unfaithful, the more likely this person will, because you will tell them again and again that they are faithful, so they don't have anything to lose by being unfaithful. So that was just an example. I don't think this is about unfaithfulness. It might be anything. I just gave you an example of how this can work in your life, how you can create this, what you fear, by being anxious. So the next card for you is 5 of Pentacles. So it seems like an ongoing problem, and it coming probably from your self-esteem, from your self-value. Maybe you are thinking that what you want and need and think and what it's not right. It's like you're trying to maybe force yourself into behaving in some way that you think that other people requires of you. And this is going to separate you from your source energy, and you will feel exhausted, lonely, desolated, abandoned, things like this. Five of Pentacles might also indicate loss, so it's a lot of cards here indicating that there's trouble in your past, maybe in the beginning of January or during 2016. So Five of Pentacles is like being an outsider, not being valued, being cast out in the snow, people not considering your feelings, your emotions, and so it's like having no bonds to people, no one who can catch you when you fall. And it's coming from self-value. When you can start to respect yourself and love yourself, you won't mirror this in your day-to-day life anymore. So this is kind of a wake-up call, I would say. The next card is Queen of Cups. So it seems like you might see yourself as maybe over-emotional. This is Cancer. And this Cancer woman, she's very much in tune with her feelings. They splash over here, her like so, and she's so she's kind of every wave is hitting her, every wave of emotion, and this might have been something that you have been. Well, people have not really liked this trait with you. They have said to you maybe that you're over emotional. So you have tried to not have this contact with the waters, with the divine, because this is, of course, information from the divine. You have a very open gateway to other realms. And that's why you are feeling very emotional at times, because you might feel not only your own emotions, but also emotion from other people, and also emotions from what will happen, because she can see a little bit of the future here because of her emotions. She can see into how other people feel, also with compassion, but also see glimpses of the future, like getting really afraid and knowing that something is coming. So she might act like a highly sensitive person, and people might get a little bit tired of this, especially if she doesn't respect herself. If she starts to respect herself and know that this is me and this is how I'm always going to be, and this is not something I want to change, because it's me. It's like giving me a lot of advantage as well, because you can. I think you can trust your instincts rather good, and so you get information that you actually need, and the information isn't there to make you anxious, but rather to make you act, and also to make you communicate, to kind of say what you are feeling. So like being a prophet among people, it's also like being a little bit of a teacher for them in some way, because you might feel the feelings that they can't feel, that they are suppressing. So you will be like the antenna for their feelings. So it's this like how much should you stomp in another person's life and tell them like, this is what I feel, this is what I see about you. But you can at least tell them like, I feel like you're suppressing your emotions. I feel like you are telling me this, but you are doing this. It's not adding up. So be more clear with what you see. And this will make you start trusting yourself, because now you think that every time you get a feeling, there will be some kind of conflict. So you try to smother those feelings when they come. And this is going to make you depressed, and also separate you from your source energy, and make you lose your self-respect. So it's better to, the qualities that are you, they are you. You can't change them. You are what you are. And try to find the good things with those personality traits or your special talents. How can they be useful in your life, and try to align yourself with them and not separate yourself from them, because this is hurting you. The next card I have is Six of Swords, so that's very good. It seems like you now are able to start the communication between your heart chakra and your kind of your mind, and maybe through your throat chakra, actually starting to tell people what's in your heart. This is a card about self-realization and also taking the experience and like this self-realization with you, like you know now who you are and you kind of stand for it, and you also tell it to the outside world. And this is when your heart opens and you can use this contact instead of suppressing it. So this is very beautiful. This is exactly what I want to see in this situation. And it's Six of Swords, so it's harmony within thoughts as well. Kind of stopping this conflict within you where you try to like kill yourself off almost, because we see this, those trees in both those cards is kind of dead for different reasons. This because of a dry spell, and this because of snow and ice. So either there's too much heat and no water, or there's water but it's frozen. So something with your emotion is not balanced because you are fearing them. And when you don't do this anymore, you will feel very much relief, and you will also get a lot of information, and you will learn to know yourself better. So here comes the Knight of Cups. So I think this is, it might be another water sign person that's coming in here, or it might indicate that you're actually starting to follow your feelings, like following the Holy Grail, the divine feminine, into a future that's kind of unknown, but it's like an adventure with the knights. They are always up to something adventurous. So it might be a new journey for you, where you're going to discover more and more about your feelings and possibly how to communicate them, because Knight of Cups wants to communicate their feelings. They want to share their feelings with the open-hearted world. So they are very romantic and idealistic. And he has mermaids here on his clothes, and it's waves on the horse reins, and he has a silver armor here. So it's like a purity with this card. It's like a want of being pure, a want of being compassionate and loving. So that might have been the issue from the start, that you want to be compassionate to others, but you can't forget to be compassionate with yourself. It might be because you're a water person. Sometimes they fear like other people's hurt more than their own. So they might like start to try to change themselves and take the hit often, because they think it's easier if they take the hit instead of someone else, because they don't want to feel ashamed, and they have this compassion for other people. So they want to bear their burdens, kind of. But I think you have drawn this a little bit too far with these cards. So now it's like you need to give this love to yourself as well, this support. And other people, you might force them to grow up a little bit by letting them take responsibility for their own actions, and not catch them all the time when they are falling, especially if they don't catch you, which seems to be the case here. Maybe you shouldn't run around being everything for everyone, or maybe do your fair share, like 50% to you and 50% to the other person. So try to see too that there's balance created here, and that you are voicing your concerns on a daily basis in a calm, diplomatic, loving way. So there's always like a security security ventile. I don't know how you say this in English, but like when you lose up air from a pressure, so you need to have security like be able to open up a thing so you can take out the air or the pressure. So I think it's better if you, on a day-to-day basis, like be in touch with your inner waves, like with your inner emotions, and communicate them if needed. If you are getting more and more like heavy in your thoughts and heavy in your heart chakra, maybe you should tell instead how you're feeling. You can't expect people to do the things that you want, but you can tell them all the time what you want and how you think of things and what you like and what you don't like. So people want to be good. They want to be nice towards each other. So the more information they get about how to treat you in a way that you can feel loved instead of totally devastated and abandoned, that would be a good thing for you and them as well. Because they are not mind reader, possibly, or they are maybe. Here comes the King of Cups. So it's kind of indicating that you have been very sad and feel very abandoned. But this is kind of sorting itself out because of you. You have been starting to tell people what you feel. So here comes a helping hand, like someone that wants to catch you when you fall. So this was exactly what you ordered here, I guess. And here comes the delivery. So King of Cups can be a water sign, but it can be any kind of person that's kind of showing you love. It might be the same person here, Knight of Cups and King of Cups. It might easily be a woman as well. It doesn't have to be a male. It's just the energy of the card. This is more hasty, adventurous, a little bit more immature, more naive. This is more grown up, more secure, like more calm. So it might be the same person. First, not really knowing when you started to tell them here how you felt. Maybe they didn't really know how to deal with it, but now they seem to have kind of anchored themselves in this, like, okay, this person told me this thing, and they don't feel threatened by it. It seems they feel like they know now how you feel because you have communicated how you feel. This might also be you that's actually healing from this thing here, taking yourself more seriously, and also not being in the level of the beach anymore, but actually heighten yourself up a little bit so you can take the information of the emotion and do whatever you want with it, like possibly speak it out, because this is it wants attention when it comes, but not be so overwhelmed by it and not being like blown away by the waves. He still has the waves here in his clothing, so he doesn't disregard his feelings. He's just not letting them throw himself out of balance. So this is a person that becomes healed and very secure with his emotions. So he doesn't have to feel like this every time when an emotion comes, like, oh God, no, I don't want to feel like this. Instead, he takes the information from the feeling, okay, I feel like I'm getting hurt in this situation, so I'm going to tell. This is a hurtful situation for me. Calmly, respectfully, adult. Taking responsibility for your own emotions, but still communicating them. And the next card is Three of Cups, and Three of Cups is also Cancer energy, and this is the heart-to-heart communication. So sometimes people can be like this. They communicate through their hearts, so they know each other's feelings. And this is kind of your Cancery aim. You want people to understand you without words. And if they don't, you feel like this, like ice cold, like, well, you might withdraw. But I would like you to continue to have this with the people that actually can speak your emotional language and feel the emotions between you and pick up the energies. But you see, you can almost imagine they are moving their lips as well. So maybe you can do that as well, because not all people are so very in tune with their emotions and can read everyone and see everyone's feelings through and through. So So you can have this heart-to-heart with anyone if you just start talking in a language they can understand, okay? So I think people want to touch base with you and be open like this, and they are ready to kind of catch you when you fall. You just need to tell them that you are falling. If you don't, if you just expect them to see how you're feeling, they might miss it and you will feel that they are the most stupid persons in the world. And they are not. They are very compassionate and they seem to love you a great deal. Okay. And the next card is the Magician. So this is something that you might fear a little bit. Being the orchestra leader, being the one that holds the wand here. Using your willpower. Scary, yes. It's like this for emotional empaths and people that's very in tune with their feelings. They kind of go with the flow. They kind of fall down with the river, kind of go with the boat wherever the boat is taking them, because they trust the divine and they are a bit fearful. You are a bit fearful of taking command in a situation. Start to orchestrate people around you and situations. But you have this power. Even if it's scary, you have this power and you might fear the consequences of it because you're water. You don't want to create like a tsunami or some hurtful big wave that's destroying things, rainstorm, whatever. This is how water acts when they use their willpower. But what you can do is, this is Mercury, and I told you we have Mercury on visit here, and it comes really center. So communicate. I have been telling you this throughout the reading, and it's keep on nagging on this, so I need to tell you again. Communicate, okay? Tell what you want without expectations, as I said, with people actually doing all the things that you want. So don't get into passive aggression because people are not listening to you or not doing the things that you want, but keep on telling them what you want. Eventually they will listen, and you know, people will remember if you say that you want milk in your coffee or not. Some people will remember and some people won't, but those people that won't remember this with the milk in the coffee, they will remember when you have said it like 15 times. So don't give up. Don't just speak your emotion one time and then, oh, it didn't work. I'm over and done with that. I will keep my mouth shut forever and treat everyone with a silent treatment whenever they can't guess my feelings. So start to communicate. And this is you creating a beautiful new future for yourself as well with the Magician. Because this is dreaming forth your future, and it's coming from your emotions. So your emotions is still your map and your compass, and you use them to voice out your soul's purpose in the world, being the prophet. So here you have a 9 of Cups, and it comes underneath the 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords is a little bit problem solving, realization, seeing things like truthfully. And here comes 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups is dreams as well with the Magician, but it's also like you have the relationship and the people around you that you are supposed to have. You have 2 of those cards here, also 3 actually, because the King of Cups and the 3 of Cups and 9 of Cups are talking about soul family. It's talking about those delicate feelings that you can share with special people that's actually are there for you and wants to be there for you and love you and things like this. And we have an arch here over a stove, and that's kind of bridges between people, and the stove is of course the heart of the relationship, of the house, of the whatever you are doing here. It's also very creative, so it can be something with work as well. Where you're sharing ideas and having like brainstorming here with something, and it seems like you're building on something very beautiful here, something stable, something that it's not going to go away tomorrow. It's rather stable, like if you have a relationship, for example, it's probably going to last for a long time. The next card is 8 of Cups, and 8 of Cups is a card about sometimes you need to separate yourself from your emotions and kind of walk towards yourself, like your inner guidance and your moon. So sometimes when your relationship gets like over emotional, or you are getting like too tangled up in other people's emotions and things like this, you might need like solitude and alone time. Maybe sit and think somewhere, because it seems like you might give too much, because you love to have people around you and to make people feel happy and comfortable. But it seems like you are giving too much away. So in this card, you are kind of guided to take some alone time now and then, and touch base with yourself, and correct your course, and look at the map where you are supposed to go now, and your feelings, the moon, your fears are probably showing you the way as well, because the moon it's kind of, if you can imagine that you have a tape recorder or a video recorder that kind of see everything in your life all the time. It's recording everything, every little itty bitty moment, and it's kind of stored in the moon, in the subconscious. So the subconscious knows everything, and therefore you can be fearful sometime without knowing why, because the subconscious have kind of stored memories of past situations that have gone wrong, so to speak. And when you are you're kind of approaching a situation that's similar to something that have gone wrong, the subconscious might warn you. And sometimes we get more upset by the warning than the actual situation. So try to get more friendly with your warning emotions. That those feelings of being anxious, or having panic attacks and things like this, it's probably just because you're resisting your information system. So when you get a warning like this, take the warning and listen to it, and know, like, okay, in this situation before, I have felt betrayed. So I will be extra mindful now, that I will really tell people how I feel and what I want, and be really truthful, and really like without illusions. So I don't have to do the same mistakes again, or be hurt in the same way again. So it's not there to freak you out or to scare you. It's there to kind of communicate with you, so you can make things better. Okay. So, and this is your future. So here we have an Ace of Wands, and that's kind of a new way of using it. It's the willpower here that the magician has in their hand, the wand. He has all the other elements on the table as well, but he holds the wand in his hand. So this is you taking in your fire. Water and fire, they are each other's opposites, so it might be a little bit hard for you to use your willpower and kind of take charge over your life, and take command, and decide like with the whole hand pointing, where do you want to go? I want to go hither. So, but here's a castle here in the horizon, and a new dawn, and a butterfly, showing this metamorphosis that you have gone through this situation where you feel totally abandoned, but actually getting caught when you fell. So like from a hero or something, probably yourself. And here you have the Ace of Wands. So there's a new beginning for you. You can do things differently. You can use more courage. You can believe in yourself more, trust in yourself more, get into your self-respect, being more a creator, not just following the currents, but actually creating the currents. Okay. So this is a very high power that you have now in your hand. So decide what you want to do with it. Dream forth your new future with a magician card. Here you have a Four of Pentacles. So that's a little bit of what we have seen with the Five of Pentacles, that you are very reluctant to kind of escape into either like a very chilly landscape where you kind of put on the ice machine and start making ice instead of like freed emotions. And here we also have a person kind of being the miser, not letting people in. So this is your comfort zone, I guess. This is when your feelings get too much, you do like this. Either you put on the ice machine, or you kind of, go into silent treatment or alone time, or kind of keep people on arm's length. This is your comfort zone. It's good in some way. It's good because this is your strength, of course, and you are very emotional and loving, but when people are not giving this back to you, you withdraw. So this is your Cancer energy, like putting yourself underneath a shell, protection. This is your shell of protection, but it's keeping you separated from other people. So I would like you to have more more outspoken rules and boundaries for other people, how they might treat you. When they are not treating you the way that you want, don't turn on the ice machine or withdraw. Tell them instead. With the Three of Cups, that's what's in the middle. Use this, and this might feel like if you want to tell them your feelings, it's kind of you are expecting them to be compassionate towards you, like, oh, I'm so sad, this is such a sad event and I feel so sad, but you don't have to do like this. You can use the Ace of Wands, your willpower, and say, this is what I want, this is what I don't want, this is how I want to be treated, this is how I don't want to be treated. This is what I see, and this is what I don't want to see. So you can be very much clear with what you want. So you can have, it's like you're building a little bit of castle for yourself with kind of values. You have certain values in your life. You know how you want to treat other people, and I guess you want them to treat you the same way back. So it can be a good idea to look a little bit like, how am I doing in this situation? What is this person doing in this situation? And then tell them. I would prefer if you would do like this in this situation. That would feel more loving for me. It would feel more supportive. So this is like you building a little bit of a foundation for yourself with rules and moral codes and values. You don't have to withdraw. You don't have to shut people out. You can tell them instead the rules, how to behave towards you to keep you happy, to keep you from not becoming sad or putting on ice machine and stop talking with people. And here we have a Knight of Wands. So this is showing you being very strong. This is very beautiful. This is very similar to what I think Leo went through the last year, taking in their willpower and doing a bit of revolution. This is Sagittarius energy, actually. It's like, it's a little bit like a person that wants happiness in their life. So they are not settling until they find a place that's happy for them. And Cancer is the opposite. They want to like love a person forever and do whatever they can to make this work, and problem solving, and fixing the home and not leaving the home. And this Knight of Wands it's the opposite. It's kind of, well, if the person doesn't love me adequate, I will leave them. If I don't like my home, I will leave that home. So it's like an opposite energy that you are taking in with this fire here. Your strength, actually, and you don't need to use the ice machine. You can just be really open with what you feel. I love you, but I don't like the way that you are behaving towards me. So being very open, and you can't control other people, but you can control yourself. Use a little self-control. So if people are treating you like dirt, don't stay with them. And tell them also why you are leaving. You are treating me like dirt. I'm leaving, like here. Okay. So you have the Six of Pentacles. So that's a beautiful way to solve problems. You want things to be equal. You want people to feel comfortable around you, and you are glad to be the adult person taking care of other people's feelings. And I want you to do that because that's typical for you. But don't overextend this. Don't compromise yourself too much. But actually, together with the Knight of Wands, I'm not worried at all. I think you are going to both see to that you become happy and other becomes happy, because one doesn't outrule the other. So you want what's best for you and your surrounding. You have what's best before your eyes. So try to trust that a little bit, that grown-up aspect of you, and that you might know also what other people actually want. So maybe when you start to make a little bit of revolution and start like communicating more, because this we had the Wheel of Fortune falling out, and this is Ace of Wands and Knight of Wands. It's like this energy of revolution. So you are going to change your life right now, but you are still going to keep what is good about you. This is not like changing for something else, but actually expanding and becoming more. So you're not just like an emotional person taking care of other people's feelings anymore. You're an emotional person taking care of your feelings and other people's feelings. So very beautiful. You have kind of, it's like you're growing up here before my eyes. And the last card is a Seven of Pentacles. So it's not going to be easy. I see here that you will get irritated with people and you will feel like they are slow in getting things. So have a little bit of patience with other people. As I said, you might need to tell one person, you know, a thing of how you wanted your coffee one time. And another person, you might need to tell them like 100 times. So don't give up, and as long as love is there, there's probably work to still be done, and but you're waiting for something. I know that you are waiting for something the whole summer as well. So it's something here you want to move on. You want to you have a vision, and this vision is probably what you need to keep hold of, because this vision is probably saying something about your highest road. So don't lose this out of sight. What you want is what heaven wants for you. So don't feel like you are abandoned and like you are the only one that wants this thing. You are probably seeing something that other people in your surrounding don't see. It's a vision that you have for the future, and you might feel that they are really slow in getting this. But have patience, because you are downloading your emotions straight from the heavenly realms, and using this to recreate your life. And this is a heavenly gift that you have, so take care of this. But you might have it like a little bit more than others. So don't be impatient with them. This is like a pregnancy. It's like people need time to mature and to come to the same insight that you might have had here with this. It looks like a flash of insight. And from the Wheel of Fortune that you had, I think you're up to something. You're going to solve some old karma and taking in your opposite energy and becoming more you, and very strong, I think. First we have the Eagle King. So that's the big picture, angelic help. So know that your feelings is coming from the divine, and they want to help you. They have the overlook, the picture from above, so they can see things and guide you through your emotions and towards your goals. So you have people on the other side that really, really loves you, and they are helping you. So sometimes when the emotion comes, it's from the divine, wants to tell you something. So listen, sometimes it's a red flag, sometimes it's some kind of help or adjustment of your course, things like this. So your emotion are your hotline to the divine. And then we have the Ice Queen. So this is a little bit what you do sometimes. And it's kind of two things here. The Ice Queen is first this ice machine thingy that you have. And it's also like talking about this patience that you need to have. So this is like a very fine line which you need to walk on with wisdom, okay? You need to use your wisdom because if you get tired of people, get tired of this waiting, that they are not maturing in the great haste that you want, you might put on the ice machine instead of having patience. And maybe that's what's needed sometimes for some of you, to have self-control and move yourself out of a situation that you feel is not going to end up well. It's not going to give you, you have put in a lot of energy here and you want a nice output. And if you think that it's not worth waiting, you might need to use the ice machine and your self-control to get you out of the situation. Maybe say, well, I love you, but I will leave you, okay? And then use the thing that you have learned in this relationship somewhere else. So for some of you, it will be like this. For some of you others, it might be like you have this like wobbling where you want to be patient, but when it gets too far, you put on the ice machine instead, and you kind of exclude other people. So be mindful of using your wisdom and having contact with the moon, the subconscious, whenever you feel like running, so you know that you're doing the right thing. So you're just not using an old survival skill to keep yourself from, keep your heart open and communicate, which is what I want you to do. Okay, I will take some cards also from the past life oracle cards to see maybe a little bit what happened here in the future with the Ten of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. That seems rather heavy. Okay, yes. It's a little bit this what I sensed before with you being able to take care of others. Unicorn is the wisdom again, like the all, but not taking care of yourself. Who is taking care of you? So this is the question here, and this is what you need to do. You need to use this beautiful energy that you have of taking care of others and catching them when they fall, to also catch you when you fall, okay? And see to that you get what you want in your life. So this is clear as day. Take care of this little orphan child. It's your inner child needing attention, and you have kind of you're taking care of this child by withdrawing and not talking and things like this. But what you should really do is being the spokesperson of this little child. So start to tell people how you are feeling in your core, like this night, okay? Be your lawyer, your spokesperson, your diplomat for this inner child. So she or he will get what they need from others, because no man is an island, and you have your needs, and you think that they might be bad because you don't want to demand things from other people, and you feel like you like over attaching to people or things like this. But it's not like that. It's your feelings and your needs and things like this. It's your compass to where you are supposed to go and what you are supposed to do. So if you need something, voice it, because it's how you speak out your highest purpose here on earth, because your feelings are there for a reason, and your longing are there for a reason, and your needs are there for a reason to kind of guide you the right way. And this is how they try to guide you. So you need to listen and not suffocate your emotions, but actually taking them as information, and really, really taking care of this inner child of yours, so they don't have to feel like this all abandoned, okay? So be your own knight here, seems to be a good advice. Okay, my dear Cancer, I'm sorry for being a bit lengthy. Sometimes it comes much information, and sometimes it comes a little bit less. So thank you for watching this far, and take really good care, and I hope to see you again in the beginning of February. Okay, bye bye.